Committee. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Speaker.
I call Gareth Hughes.
Kia ora, Mr. Speaker. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou kia ora. First, I'd like to acknowledge the respectful, thoughtful, intellectual debate we've heard here today. Just for the members' interest, this is what you get when you get a green bill in this House. Some respectful debate. Hey, Mr. Speaker, we'd like to thank the comments of the other parties in this House. I'd like to acknowledge Dr. Kennedy Graham, possibly one of our most thoughtful, intellectual and respectful MPs. It's good that the other parties are supporting this. It's good it's going to get another hearing at a select committee. It's good we'll get to hear from the judges, from the public, because it's an important issue. Obviously, conflict of interest is a reality in our modern world. Kiwis have got to have confidence in our judiciary. We need to have, I think, as a goal, a most open government and judiciary within practical means. We pride ourselves on being one of the least corrupt nations on earth, and as the old cliche goes, sunlight is the best disinfectant. Public transparency and openness is the best way to have confidence in a vital sector in our country. So as we heard from the member Julianne Genter, the executive in New Zealand had a register of pecuniary interests back in 1990. MPs followed in 2006. Now in 2012 is the year where we need to have a judge's pecuniary of interest. I think we could also widen the debate and to look at local government, which has a register but is still not made public. What we want to have is across the judiciary and democratic elected positions in New Zealand, those principles of openness and transparency enshrined. So we acknowledge this law will not be onerous for judges. It's going to be easy, fast, transparent. As Julianne Genter outlines the bill as relatively simple, it outlines how the judges can make the register of pecuniary interest to do their returns, how it must be listed, that the value isn't disclosed, that the register must be made public, which is crucial given the example we have of the local government register of pecuniary interest. Judges have to do it. And then the important clause, which is part that Charles Chauvel picked up on, whether we do want this legislature to be enforcing a provision on the judiciary. We hear what the members are saying about the judiciary doing it themselves, but we've made that crystal clear with that clause 4, which is trying to protect that very important constitutional principle. We note Nationals' reservations. Will it achieve its stated aims? We think it will. We think it works. It works for us in Parliament. But this is why it's good that it will be going to a select committee so we can have that in-depth discussion. It can be amended and made better. As to Labour's questions, who's going to be policing it? And I think the member, Charles Chauvel, answered it himself. It is the judges. Ultimately, we have to limit the legislature's influence or engagement with the judiciary in that sense, so it is up to the judges, but again we'll see that detail come out of select committee. So in summary, Mr. Speaker, we'd like to thank the other parties for their support. We'd like to invite the public and interested parties to make a submission to the select committee. We've had a great track record with members' bills over the years, from forming the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Authority through to the groundbreaking waste legislation, Section 59, mothers with babies, flexible working hours, and we look forward to having another Green members' bills joining that list. Kia ora.
Call Dennis O'Rourke.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. New Zealand First supports the bill. Some events in recent years have shown that legislation to ensure